Hello. Happy Tour de Fleece vlog part 2. I don't know. It is Wednesday, July 9th, and it is the day after I recorded part 1. But I just wanted to pop in and share that I've officially finished that braid of Ancestors by Witchfire Fibers. So here it is. This is the 4 ounces of the gorgeous variegated color. This is 100% Rambouillet and it's so springy. It's such a weird word, but it's so fluffy and squishy and like springy, if that makes sense. So I've got that all done. This is up next. I've never spun a tonal before, and I'm hoping that I don't end up getting bored of it. I don't think that I will. And this went so quickly that I think this is gonna go really quickly. But that will be on the wheel next. And speaking of wheels, some very exciting news. I just made a purchase. It was an impulse buy. I mentioned in the last vlog that I ordered my Ashford Kiwi 2 ages ago, like 7-8 years ago, something like that, after my first market. And I've been using that ever since. And then I got the Nano, and then I upgraded to the electric eel wheel, which I love. It's become my little workhorse. I wanted to upgrade and get a new traditional wheel, a treadle wheel. So I bought a SpinOlution bullfrog. It was very impulsive. I was totally enabled by all the Tour de Fleece updates, reels, TikToks, YouTube videos, like all the things. I've been following along with everyone, and I was very much enabled by that. And I love the idea of the tiny treadle on my Kiwi, and I'll try to remember to film a little bit of B-roll so I can insert some things so you can see what I'm talking about. But the treadles are big, like my full foot goes on them, and then my full foot is doing this to treadle the wheel. With the bullfrog, and I was between the bullfrog and the Poliwog from SpinOlution. With those, the treadles are very small. The Poliwog treadles are like this thin, and you literally just use your toes. The bullfrog, they're a little bit bigger, but same deal. Like it's just a very slight tip of the foot movement versus like your whole foot going like this. And while I don't have issues on my Kiwi as far as, you know, legs getting tired or ankles hurting or whatever, I'm just very curious about seeing what those smaller treadles will feel like. So I ordered that. I don't know if it'll be here in time to finish up Tour de Fleece. One website that I tried to order from, I think Paradise Fibers, because SpinOlution doesn't direct to buyers. You have to go through a supplier or one of their partners or something like that. And unfortunately, we don't have anywhere in my state where I can go buy in person. So I looked to the retailers online. Paradise Fibers was one of them. And then that shipping said it was going to be like 6 to 10 weeks or something insane like that. I feel like maybe it won't be that much in reality. But the other place that I did end up buying from was Revolution Fibers. And on their website, it says, I think it says 6 to 10 business days or something like that for shipping. So I went with that option. I also saw something that said that each one is made to order, and so that's why the shipping times are so long. If that's the case, it is what it is, but I'll just be happy to get it whenever it gets here. But if it does show up during Tour de Fleece, even better. Very excited to get that and start spinning on it. So far, Tour de Fleece, here's all my bobbins that I have done, ready, resting, all the things. I did finally get an email that says the new braid is on its way for that. So hopefully in the next few days that'll arrive, and then I'm gonna go get a new bobbin and start the reclaim. Yes. So just thought I'd give you an update, but I will be back as soon as I have something else to share. Hello, this is Future Allison. It is Monday, July 14th, and if y'all have been following the channel for a while, you know that I have exactly zero chill. And I know I mentioned that I ordered a bullfrog, and after I saw how long it would take and chatting with some other spinner friends, I realized that there are some suppliers that have them in stock ready to ship. So I actually grabbed a Poliwog that was ready to ship. And because I was between the two, I didn't know which one I would like. I am one of those people, I'm the epitome of the why not both gif, meme, whatever. If I can't decide, I'm like, why not both? And then I will just see which one I like best and go from there. And unfortunately, we don't have any suppliers close, like I mentioned, and I don't have any fiber fairs or festivals or anything really close to me anytime soon where I could potentially go try them in real life. And that is a big thing for me. I want to be able to try things out, see how they feel versus just reading about them on the internet. So yes, while it was impulsive and excessive, I did go ahead and get a Poliwog. The bullfrog still hasn't shipped yet, so I imagine it's in production. But for the time being, the Poliwog did arrive, and I'm very, very excited to test it out. Hey guys, just checking in. I've just finished my second bobbin of the Plies and Hellhounds Wensleydale braids. So if you watched last episode, I had plied up a bunch of 20-gram bumps of fiber from Gabby's, I can't remember, I think it's Moongarden Advent last year, 2024. In the Advent, it came with 12 days, so there were 12 20-gram bumps. They are all living on here. That ended up being 240 grams, so there's a lot of fiber and singles on here. They're all different colors. It's just a complete mishmash in the best way. Finished that, had that done, and spun up the 100-gram braid that came with it for day 13 or the end of the Advent or whatever. Spun that up, but that of course was only 100 grams, and this being 240, I knew I wanted another 100-gram braid to go along with the second bobbin. And so I've just finished spinning that, and I don't know how well, you probably aren't going to be able to see, but the colors are quite a bit darker, more moodier, more saturated than this new braid was. But color vibes are still the same. So a lot of those just really kind of muted, nice tones. Because these are like a crazy mashup, I don't care that the two braids didn't match exactly, because this is just going to be chaos in the best way. The plan is to ply these up together as a 2-ply. I'll get as far as I can. Once this one runs out, I will probably end up caking up what's left of this bobbin, because I should have about 40 grams left. I'll cake that up, and then what I do to ply it back on itself is I pull from the inside and the outside of a cake and then just ply them together until eventually it just meets in the middle, and voila. So that is probably what I'll do with this. So I'll have a little bit, almost half skein of this, whatever this is, whatever is left on here, applied against itself. So that is the plan for that. But since I just spent probably the majority of yesterday and what felt like an eternity and so many episodes of The Bachelor previous season and Love Island, I finally applied up the 2 bobbins from Witchfire Fibers. This was Ancestors and Reclaim. So it is all done and they are stunning. So the reason it is in 2 different skeins was I tried my hardest to get the plied yarn all on one bobbin. I have 8-ounce bobbins right now, and it was just not fitting. I filled that thing to the brim, had to break it off, and then finished. I think this was about 40 grams maybe extra. Again, 100% American Rambouillet. I had 4 ounces of the Ancestors colorway, 4 ounces of Reclaim. Those were part of Jess's Oracle Club, in which she dyed fiber and yarn. And the fiber came with a variegated and a semi-solid tonal to go with it. And so this is the variegated and the tonal plied together. And I love how, yes, it's barber pulled, but I love how it's just, the whole mood is, I just love it. So I've got 240 grams total, 723 yards, and it is a Sport to DK. So I've got quite a bit of yarn here. Super stoked. Over, I think 8.4 to 8.5 ounces for my first official Tour de Fleece spin. Now you might be asking, what's next? Well, let me introduce you. Have I shared this yet? I can't remember if I shared it. Here's my cutie little Poliwog. So look at like this, it's so little and I can just fling it around. I cannot do that with my Kiwi. I haven't used it yet. Really excited to get working on that, but I knew I wanted to finish this braid before I allowed myself to start a new spin. And this is what is going to be next. So this is Brand New Day by YarnJam. This was part of the Year of Fiber from La Mercerie. And so I know I've chatted about that quite a bit in the past, but you get a new braid of fiber every month. This was January's and it's called Brand New Day. And I love the colors. I love the bright pop of that coral and the light blue. And so my plan for this is spin it all up on the Poliwog and likely will end up applying it back on itself. My Poliwog does only have 4-ounce bobbins, and so they seem really small, especially when this is 8, but like, I guess they just seem really small. So I am not super confident that this whole braid will end up on this one bobbin, but we're gonna test it out. We're gonna see how it goes. Side note, I love that the Poliwog is just magnetic clip. It's so simple to pull a bobbin on or off. You don't have to take off tension rod or tension band or whirl band or any of that. You just pop it on and off. So that's gonna be really nice. So likely we'll start getting this fiber ready to go here in just a little while, and then gonna have to find a new show because I finished the season of The Bachelor, and I know Bachelor in Paradise just started, but I'm gonna need multiple shows to watch in a row, and I think that one is still on a every week situation. So if you have ideas for shows to binge watch while spinning, please let me know in the comments because I need something new. And honestly, trash TV, let's go. Like, bring it on. Reality trashy TV, that is my guilty pleasure and my favorite thing to craft to, because I don't have to be paying a ton of attention. I can just sort of half pay attention to the drama and chaos that is unfolding. So, but if I don't chat with y'all again, I hope you're having a wonderful time spinning away with Tour de Fleece, or just knitting and watching along, whatever it is that you're doing. I hope you're having a great time, and I hope you're enjoying these updates, because I'm enjoying spinning my little heart out. So if I don't chat with you again in this video, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.